We want to welcome today to our office at You've Got Made Mr. Thomas Sweitzer. He's co-founder and creative director at Place to Be. Thank you, Tom, for being here. I know it's late today, so I'm stealing 30 minutes from your time. I know you are always busy.
I'm happy to be
So,
here.
can you please tell us a little bit about you and what led you to be part of this?
So, my name is Tom. I've been here in Loudoun County for 30 years. And I'm a music therapist, and I am co-founder, like you said, of a Place to Be Music Therapy. So I became a music therapist 14 years ago, studied music theater as an actor 30 years ago. And then I just had some very profound, amazing experiences where I saw teaching music was changing the lives of human beings. And I saw that there was something called music therapy. And I had no idea that music therapy was a clinical, medical method that you could be using this beautiful form of music to help people heal. So I went back to school 15 years ago and became a music therapist, and as soon as I graduated, I knew I had to do something. So that's with my best friend Kim Tapper, who's the co-founder. She and I worked together as I was the director, she was a choreographer, and we knew that we knew that we both were put here to make a difference somehow. So we just started off. That was 2010, and we started off with the two of us. And at this point, we have a staff of 24. We started off as a little nonprofit, and we're proudly doing very well right now. Always fundraising.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons we're a nonprofit is because we have never turned a family away. So anybody can come to us for services, and we will make sure that you get them.
So I want to go back to the word of a place to be. Where is the title of this come from, and why a place to be?
Yeah, why a place to be is I was teaching music for years before I became a music therapist, and I just found myself working with a lot of people with disabilities. And one day, a young man who has autism came to my office. This is before I was a music therapist. He was crying, and he said, thank you, Mr. Sweitzer, for giving me a place to be, and that kind of stuff. And so years later, I had no question. And the bigger something, I can remember I was lying in my bed the night before I kind of announced that this is what I want to do. That is all we're searching for. And my whole life, I've searched my whole life to find my own place to be. And I thought that's exactly what that young man said. So, it fits.
Yeah, wow. So how many instruments you have, guys, and how do you fit everybody? So anybody can come and say, I want to play piano, or is everybody can fit on different
So there's individual sessions. So there's
Okay.
one-on-one, and then there's group sessions.
Mm-hmm.
And really, you come to us because you're working on something. So you're not coming to us to learn, and you might come to us like, I want to learn guitar or learn piano. That's not why you're coming. You're coming either because there's a part of you that is unfulfilled and you need that peace filled. There's a part of you hurting. Music can be this portal to help you heal. A connection. Yeah, a lot of communication. A lot of children with autism have trouble communicating. They can communicate with music totally differently. I've had the opportunity to work with people with Parkinson's and Alzheimer's and autism and cerebral palsy. And the biggest population, you would not be surprised, right now is mental health. And so music is this, you hear all the time that it's this universal language.
Yeah.
And that's really what we are. But we are all trained and certified music therapists.
Okay. All right. So talk to me about a little bit about the different programs. Do you have different programs?
Yes, we do. So we have, you can come to us and have this individual session where you work on goals and objectives. You can be in a group dynamic where you might be working on socialization. A great way to make a friend is through music. And then we have camps in the summer, like everybody else. And what makes us really special is we have theatrical performances.
Wow.
So we have opportunities where you can have an entire musical on stage, have a costume, play a character, and so that's our performance part of what makes us, our performance is what makes us sort of very unique, because we don't only just supply music therapy, we supply this opportunity for you to express yourself.
So how many students you have total, and what ages can come?
So the youngest person that we work with is around 5 years old. And then we are also, we are the proud music therapists of Inova Hospitals.
Oh, okay.
So it could
Wow.
be anybody in palliative care, hospice care, 90-year-olds. But the range that we stay in is between, the big focus we have is between 10-year-olds to 25. That sort of preteen, teen, young adult. But we really do expand, because music is for every age.
Yeah, and do you open weekends?
We are just beginning this spring to start weekend hours. We right now are Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock to 8 o'clock. It depends when your session is.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have weekends coming up soon.
Nice. You're gonna be busy. Well, that's why you have a lot of stuff, I guess,
We're-
to help.
yeah, right.
So, any event do you do, guys, during the year?
So we always have a performance. So we have this big holiday recital at the Salamander Resort,
Oh, wow.
where our young people get up to perform what they've been working on. And before the pandemic, we were getting close to 650 people in that audience. We have theater productions this March. The 2 weekends before Easter,
Okay.
we are going to be performing The Grumpy Bunny, and that is, a 30-minute children's musical about how to make a friend. So we have performances all the time.
And all the information is on your website.
It's all on the
I'm
website, and we even have a refresh new website coming, same www.aplacetobeva.org, but a new refresh coming February 1st. So, yeah.
So any accomplishment things you're thinking, guys, this year to do something different or to add or expand or something like that?
Expand would be, so our entire focus is on, we are expanding to a new space.
Nice.
We're keeping our space in Middleburg. Middleburg has been an amazing hometown for us, but we have a 7,000 square foot space in the village at Leesburg,
Oh, nice.
which, as we are speaking now, is being built out. It will take about 5 months.
That's great.
Yeah, we'll have
That's
state-of-the-art.
great news. Congratulations.
Thank you. That's 5 years of fundraising and COVID. And this way, we're going to be here. So over 75% of our clients come from the Leesburg, Ashburn, Sterling, Purcellville area.
Yeah.
So we're just going to come
So
closer to
that
home.
makes sense to be here, and you probably get more attractions too.
New families.
In Loudon.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love Loudon?
I know. That's why we're here.
Yep. And what the most need? For everybody who is the viewers and the listener, what you most need for this year?
Well, what we really need is we're going to be moving up here hopefully in late summer in this area, is for people to share what we do. We need funding like everybody else because we have a financial aid component, and I have a staff of 20-something people working. But what we really want to get across to our community is, what is music therapy? That's the big. We're not just musicians. So
Yeah.
we all have. I have a master's 4-year degree in therapy, and music is part of it. So we're certified therapists, and a lot of people think that we're somebody that come in with a guitar, we make you smile.
Just like,
It's not that. We actually work very closely with PT, ST, OT, psychiatrists, and psychologists.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So I think the biggest thing we need is when we get up here, for people to just look at us and see, do you know somebody in your life that might need a place to be? And
now you did mention about connection and a good relationship with Inova Hospital.
Mhm.
Are you planning, guys, to maybe expand with more hospitals in the area to work?
so maybe we have been exclusively Inova, and they have been so good to us, and we love them. If right now we're actually the expansion we're talking about is we're hoping to expand in medical music therapy with Inova. And we have a little bit of a plan started with that. Sort of, we're in oncology and rehab. We are in Parkinson's area. We're in mental health. I do think expansion in mental health is going to be desperately needed in the next. And we're just
very important.
Very, and we're just beginning work in the Pride Clinic for LGBTQ+. So yeah, I think our focus right now is to see where can we expand in the medical music therapy with Inova, but we're also open to see what else.
And probably another connection would be good for you guys if another non-profit organization with disability. Like maybe the Arc of Loudon.
We work with the Arc of Loudon. So we support each other. The population of those of us that work with disabilities have to. And sometimes, like, a lot of people ask us, what do we mean by disability? And it really is anything that holds you back from fulfilling your life. It doesn't have to be, I've been diagnosed with autism or ADD or, my child's in a wheelchair. Yes, we do that. But we also, you might need something mentally or emotionally. So we're there kind of like for whatever the human needs.
So how much or how many students the center at this moment in Middleburg can have?
So we're very lucky. We are here at a place in Leesburg, thanks to the synagogue. They have allowed us at the basement. So between us renting that space and Middleburg, we see about 125 children per week. But up here, once we move up here, we will be able to see close to 300. So we'll just.
That's amazing.
It from 2010, where we had about 15 clients. It is. It's been. This. It's to build a business is a lot of work. It takes your entire life. And we are a lot of people ask us, are we going to franchise? Or we are not worried about that at all. We are worried about our own backyard.
Because you're really unique with what you do. I mean, I don't hear a lot of.
There's not a lot of us.
Yes.
There are less than 10,000 music therapists in America, and there are not a lot of nonprofit.
Yes.
Because to sell what music therapy is, and then to partner clinically with the right people is very difficult. But I think the world is very ready for us. What we might have been seen as like an alternative. We're not quite alternative anymore. I think especially after the last 2.5 years, I think people are grasping for like, how can I get better? And we're just a tool, really.
And what about like if someone is in Fairfax County, they can come.
We have clients from Fairfax. Yes.
Are you thinking to, on the long run, maybe open another facility in Fairfax County?
Yes, we have. Like I said, not franchising, but
absolutely.
Once we get the model down here and we scale, I could totally see that happening.
And I can see there's a lot of demand too about what you do.
Because it doesn't exist in so many places. Oh yeah, when I think of Fairfax or the greater Washington area, I mean, there are just so many families. So we're going to just get this one right. Loudoun County has been so good to us, and we really wanted to worry about our own backyard. So that's why we're moving to a bigger backyard.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Can you share again how can you be reached?
Sure. So we have our website at a place to be, va.org. Our phone number, our office number is 540-687-6740. And we have a lot of stuff on YouTube. You can look up A Place to Be, music therapy. We have a lot of videos.
Yes,
we have a ton of videos. We really believe to get the message out, and we do everything, obviously, that is required by HIPAA. But we have a lot of performers, and if you're, by the way, and if you're somebody who wants to come to A Place to Be but you don't really want to perform, you don't have to perform. You just might be somebody who really wants music therapy. You don't want to be on stage, and that is absolutely fine. So,
are you having any difficulty to find teachers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we do have a drama therapist. We we have somebody who has a specialization in masters in play therapy, but music therapists are hard to come by. And I'll tell you this, and this is not going to surprise you. Sometimes it's living in Loudoun. Finding housing for young people who are professionals is very difficult. So we try to can we help them find the right housing? But we just hired 3 new music therapists. So we have a waiting list, and now we're dwindling down that waiting list. So everybody can call. We should be able to fit your child in within a month or 2 and get them involved.
Thank you very much, Tom, for everything you do. I read a lot about your organization, and I watched videos. I mean, this is amazing. It put the tears on my eyes when I see child with disability playing instrument. This is real, because there is connection, and there is something between the instrument by itself and the child. I mean, this is amazing.
Yes.
And your passion and everything you do, it's unbelievable.
Thank you. I feel like one of those blessed people to have this job, and now I'm in a place where I get to watch a lot and see the beauty that my therapists bring to their lives every day.
So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And for everybody who live in Leesburg or Ashburn or Sterling, look up for when it will be open.
Hopefully this August we will be opening at Village at Leesburg, but you can come see us at the Grumpy Bunny. It's the 2 weekends before Easter. Free tickets. You just bring your family, come sit on the floor, watch a funny story about a grumpy bunny and the Easter bunny who's too happy for his own good, and they make friends. So thank you.
Tom. Thank you, Tom, and thank you very much for your time too today.
Sure.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.